Hello and welcome back to Signal Shift with me, Raakhee. As you can hear, I am testing a different format today. So, in full transparency, this podcast was written up by AI, though I provided the signals, gave it my scripts to work off, and tweaked some parts to sound more true to how I speak. The script was inputted into a system that tried to create an AI voice clone for me and created the recording. The AI voice isn't that close to mine, but it seems to be the best possible at the moment. Still a way to go in training up AI voices for diversity. So this is just a test. I will be back in video and fully me from next week. Consider this an experiment. We've been looking at how AI is changing our privacy, our afterlives, and even our religious practices. But today, I want to talk about education. For decades, we all followed the standard script, right? You study hard, you go to a 4-year university, ideally in the US because that's the gold standard. You get a degree and you enter the white-collar workforce. That was the path to success. But as we have discussed so many times, that script isn't just being edited, it's being rewritten entirely. We're seeing a massive shift in where the smartest rooms in the world are located and a simultaneous, very sharp turn toward the tangible, the blue-collar skills we once pushed to the side. Let's look at the first signal, and this one is one we called out many months ago. The migration of education towards the East. Recent data shows that only one US institution remains in the top 10 for scientific research output in STEM. 9 of the top 10 spots are now held by Chinese institutions. This is based on Nature Index data for 2025 to 2026. In the realm of global research and science, it's a seismic shift. For the longest time, the US was the undisputed magnet for the world's greatest minds. If you wanted to build the future of tech or medicine, you came here. But the signal is shifting. We are seeing a STEM migration. Research hubs are popping up in Asia and Europe that are not just competing, but looks like they are leading. What does it mean when the US begins to lose its grip on high-level research and tech innovation? Along with everything else, it seems that a US degree might not carry the same weight it used to. It tells us that innovation is becoming decentralized. And if the research isn't happening here, the jobs of the future, the high-end AI building, genome sequencing jobs might not be here either, and that's worrying. On the opposite end, while we're losing ground on the high-tech academic side, something fascinating is happening on the ground. This is our second signal. Lowe's, the home improvement giant, is investing $250 million to train the next generation of plumbers, electricians, and HVAC specialists. A retail corporation is essentially becoming a vocational school because we have a massive human infrastructure gap. We spent the last 30 years becoming knowledge workers, and now we have 1 million people who can write a marketing deck, but nobody who can rewire a smart home or fix a complex plumbing system. We are seeing a sharp, swift shift back to blue-collar skills. In a world where AI can write code and summarize reports, the knowledge work, the un-AI-able skills, the ones that require human hands in physical space, are becoming the high-value currency for the interim, a moment of austere realization. We can't just download a new water heater yet. So, what does this mean for the future? On one hand, the US is losing its elite tech dominance. On the other, we are pouring millions into trade tech. I think it's the end of the generalist degree. The future of education in the near short term isn't going to be about spending 4 years in a lecture hall. It's going to be about micro-specialization. For the high end, you'll go to where the specific research is, whether that's Singapore, Zurich, or Boston. For the rest, education will be sponsored by the workplace. It will be earn while you learn. We are shifting toward a world where worth is defined by practical utility. If you can do something that a machine can't, Or if you can lead a research team in a niche STEM field, you are employable. Everything in the middle, the generic management degrees, is simply becoming redundant at an exponential speed. This isn't just a US trend, it's a global one. The world is getting more pragmatic. We are realizing that the ivory tower is a bit too far from the ground, and we need people who can bridge the two. As we wrap up today, my question for you is, if you were starting your career today, would you chase the prestige of the old STEM institutions or look at the Lowe's model? I'll be back next week with a great guest. Bye for now.